Hello, party people. Today we are answering the age-old question, what the heck is for dinner? Do your family members ask you, hey, what's for dinner? I just sit there and I'm like, well, what do you want? No one ever seems to know what they want for dinner, but without fail, every single day, they all want to eat. So I have found a lot of meal inspiration ideas for you guys today. Simple, healthier meals. So I hope you get some inspiration. You guys know how I do. I find a recipe, I use it as inspiration. I add my own touches. Oh, and I have 5 full meals, 1 side dish. Obviously, they all have side dishes, and then a delicious dessert. So the first couple of meals, that is the delicious side dish, Parmesan ranch corn, and we're going to start off with the best pork chop marinade, and we're making the corn as a side dish for tonight's dinner. What you're going to need is a 1/4 cup of chili sauce. I don't know why this happens. People put condiments back in the fridge that deserve to be in the garbage can. Why? I don't know. Okay, so a 1/4 cup chili sauce. I just put a little bit of water and got the rest out of there. 1/2 cup of soy sauce. I used cocoa aminos. 1/4 cup of honey. And that's exactly a 1/4 cup right there. No need for measuring cups, guys. We're just making a marinade. 2 tablespoons vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons green onion. I don't have that crap. Oh, I'm wiping off the honey because that's how you get ants, people. That's how you get ants. And then I asked for a teaspoon of curry powder. Didn't have that, but I did have this curry paste. I keep smelling it. And I'm like, meh. It's kind of tickling my nostrils, but smells good, so I threw that in there. Why not? Just add some flavor. And then I have a pork loin. I don't know how big this is, a pound and a half, but it's just, it doesn't matter. Whatever your family's going to eat. It calls for pork chops. Well, I didn't have those, so guess what I used? I used what I had. That's the motto that I'm always trying to share with you guys. You use what you have. You don't have to follow a recipe to a T. We're just cooking here. We're just eating. So I'm just mixing the meat in the marinade, and I'm going to throw that in my fridge, put a lid on it. You can throw it in a Ziploc bag if you want to waste plastic. Okay, moving on. Parmesan ranch corn. Oh, you guys. Okay, so first you're going to melt butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 cups of frozen corn. Obviously, I didn't do the exact portions because I used 1 can of corn, which is probably less than 2 cups for sure. And then some ranch seasoning. How much? 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese and a tablespoon of ranch dressing mix. Oh, you guys. So I heated up the corn and then I threw the Parmesan cheese on there. So I tasted it before it went out on the table. Lord almighty, if that's not the most delicious corn I've ever had in my life. Just a couple ingredients and it totally elevates canned corn. I didn't know it was possible, but it is. I had everyone test it before it even got to the table. And my mouth is watering right now because I'm thinking about it. What? I usually just throw some salt and pepper on there. You guys know I'm a simple gal. Anyway, just try this. You won't regret it. Maybe if you don't like cheese, maybe you will regret it. But I bet you won't. Okay, I threw the meat on my GFG. I let it marinate all day. And then, whenever I hop in my fridge, which recently has been every 10 minutes, I just give it the container a good zhuzh. I give it a shake, make sure all the meat's getting the moisture. And I don't know, I left it on the GFG, the George Foreman grill, for, I don't know, I don't count, guys, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, until it's done. I am kind of infamous for undercooking my meat, but it hasn't happened in quite a long time. I'm proud to report that news. So the GFG is one of my favorites. Knocks out the fat, keeps in the juices. Does it really do that? Who knows? I'm pairing it with some rice, whatever rice we had left. That is the last of our rice. Some green beans and the corn. Pretty sure that's it. That dish looks fantastical. I'm working on my skills. You guys have I had 5 minutes of footage of me just going over this meat, and this is the best I got. I was laughing so hard. I was like, really, Kim, you tried so hard, and this is the best we have? Well, that's life, okay? Good, better, best. Never stop to rest until the good is better, and the better is best. I remember that from 7th grade Even Stevens episode. Anyone with me? Anyone? Okay, I also mashed up some avocado for Meredith. I don't have a high chair for her yet. Normally we do baby-led weaning, but she's my first baby who's severely interested in food, so we're just feeding her a little avocado. She smashed it. Loves the stuff. She's so stinking cute. Anyway, so I need to get her a high chair. That's like on my list of things to do so she can just play with the food on her own without me shoveling it in her face. All right, moving on to brown sugar glazed pork chops. I'm starting out in my Instant Pot. This is not for the pork chops. This is just like a side dish. I had some potatoes and I thought, let me throw some potatoes in the Instant Pot. Everyone seems to really love it. Surprise, surprise, I did not. My Instant Pot and me, we just don't get along. I even followed directions. I did it for 12 minutes, high pressure. Look at that carrot, though. It kind of looked like a boot. Am I wrong? Whose bed have your boots been under? Whose heart did you see? Okay, I'll stop. But so good. Boots, carrots. I'm just cutting carrots. I'm just making some veggies, roasting them in the oven. It's my favorite way to make them. You guys know if you've been here for like 5 seconds, this is how I cook most of my foods. It's just simple, no fuss, same ingredients over and over again, and it's healthy. So you can just cut up any vegetable, and they're so good roasted in the oven. I just roast them at 400 or 425 if you have less time. I throw them in there for like 20, 25 minutes until they're done, guys. Until you can smell them, and they smell delicious, and they don't look burnt. Sometimes I miss the boat. So I'm also throwing some Brussels sprouts on there. Oh, before you roast them, you put on some oil, salt, and pepper. I just had some asparagus left over. Oh, you know what? I think this is the end of my food week. That was like, I had whatever carrots were left, and then those Brussels sprouts were left. These asparagus were left. By the way, who loves asparagus? Raise your hands. Not me. Even in the oven, I ate them, but I don't know if I'll buy them again. Oh, and I didn't film myself. Salt and pepper, oil, the trifecta is what I like to call. If you want to branch out, maybe add some garlic. Italian seasoning, that's what I do. But if you're really fancy, unlike myself, add whatever you like. I bet you're a lot fancier than me. I just give them a good zhuzh, then throw that crap in the oven. I think tonight it was at 425 because this is what I cooked the pork chops at. Did we get to the pork chops yet? I don't think so. Here we go. So, brown sugar, how much do you need? 3/4 cup of brown sugar. It's a loose measurement. And then this packet of Italian dressing mix, just one of them. It is a 7.7 ounce packet. I added some garlic seasoning. It calls for pepper. I didn't do that. And then, half a cup of olive oil. So I'm just making sure all my chicken fits in this pan, kind of like puzzle piece it together, jigsaw puzzle. And then it calls for half a cup of oil. I don't even think I used half a cup of oil. I don't think you need half a cup of oil. But I just, shoved it on there, gave it a good massage with my hands. And I'm coating it in this brown sugar mixture and quickly realizing, I'm trying to stick it on there like breadcrumbs. It's way too much. You can just give it a good once over and you're good to go. It does not need to be shove it on. You know what I mean? It'll absorb the sugar. It'll kind of melt into the meat, which kind of sounds gross, but is it so delicious. I promise you. So I did not waste any of that sugar. I threw it all on there, and I am throwing it in an oven, 425, which is also what I threw the veggies in at, for 20 to 25 minutes, and everything will be finished at the same time. I'm checking on my potatoes. Should have thrown them in the oven. I'll tell you that right now, because guess what? Not done. They're not done. I threw a knife in it, expecting it to be smooth, and no. So, throwing them back in the Instant Pot, and it always gives me trouble because it knows I hate it. It never lets me close it or really open it. The dang thing. I curse my Instant. Every time I pull it out, I'm just like, I know. I'm giving it chances time and time again. I'm going to keep on giving it chances because I'm a nice person. All right, that's what the chicken looks like when it's done. Those are the veggies. And then I just, cracked open the potatoes. Would have loved to have a sweet potato, which is what we've been having lately a lot, but that's what I had, and that's what we worked with. Just I'm a simple gal, like I told you, salt and pepper on that potato, and I'm good to go. If you have gravy, if you like gravy, do whatever you want. It's your kitchen, your rules. It's your mouth and your digestive system. I'm not eating it. You can put whatever you want on it. Anchovies? I don't care. All right, so moving on. P.F. Chang's chicken lettuce wraps. But I also made a bowl, so I call it a K.A. Wadsworth chicken chicken, what did I call it? Some kind of chicken bowl. So apparently this is a Copycat recipe. I've never been to P.F. Chang's. I've also never been to Panda Express. Is this like a thing that people are obsessed with? Anyway, I saw this recipe over and over again, so I thought, well, maybe this is a sign that I should be making it. So I tried it out, and guess what? I loved it. It was delicious. My kids weren't huge fans of the water chestnuts. They do give you that crunch, which is what I really enjoyed. I like texture in my food. So, if you are similar to that, you may like this as well. My kids did eat it with rice. Oh, wait. Yeah, and green beans. I'm making green beans with it. Okay, maybe I'm ahead of myself. I probably already showed you. I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm just cutting up an onion. The recipe calls for how much of an onion? Half a yellow onion. You know me. What the heck are you going to do with the other half? So I diced it up, threw it in there as well. Oh, a pound of ground chicken, which is not easy to find these days. I feel like they used to sell ground chicken in the freezer section in like a round tube kind of thing. No, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I ended up buying fresh for an arm and a leg. And you know what? The recipe even calls for 1.5 pounds of ground chicken. I said, that's too rich for my blood. I'm sticking with 1 pound. And that's what I did. And it was enough for our family. We even had a little bit of leftover, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes, my kids are more hungry than usual. And on this night, I guess we had leftovers, which was my favorite thing to eat for breakfast. Not even going to lie. I eat like leftover dinner for breakfast all the time. Anyone else? Am I a weirdo? Well, I already know I am. Okay, I threw the green beans on the pot in the back. You can see that just with a little bit of water. I'm just steaming them. They're really hard. I could have thrown them in the oven. Do I have anything else in the oven? I don't think so. That's why I threw them on the stovetop. Okay, to the chicken, what are we adding? 1/3 cup of soy sauce. Again, I use Cocoa Aminos. 1/3 cup of teriyaki sauce. And I guess this Kiko Man kind is the best. I don't know. It tastes like soy sauce to me. And I even went shy on that 1/3 cup because it just smelled weird. You could use hoisin sauce. Hoisin. I don't know how to say it. You could use it if you like it. There are not many things I don't like. That's one of those things. Not my favorite. I'll eat it. It's not my favorite. I also threw in 1/4 cup rice wine vinegar. It calls for some mushrooms, which I left out. Did the green beans instead. Also calls for ginger, so I just tapped that on. And some garlic, which I had powder form of. And now I'm realizing, wow, this sauce is really liquidy. So I wanted to thicken it up. Made a cornstarch slurry there with just some cornstarch, equal parts cornstarch and water. It's exactly equal parts. Did it with my eyeballs. And, I just mix it in until the sauce gets a little thick. It's not rocket science. You're just cooking. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? You're not presenting this to any judges. Are you on Top Chef? No? Good. Neither am I. Eat it. That's what it looks like if you want to put it in a lettuce wrap. Or you can even throw it on top of salad. I feel like that would be easier to eat. Or if you're like my family, you like everything with rice. So I made some rice, threw in some green beans on the side, some extra sauce in there. Oh my heavens. This will be on the rotation. It was that good. I really enjoy I think last week I made a ground beef kind of thing that was similar to this. So good. I also ate that bowl too because I didn't want the lettuce to go bad. So I just threw it on there. Really, really good. I don't know. I can't compare it to what P.F. Chang's is like, but K.A. Wadsworth's tasted funky and delicious. Okay, moving on. Sheet pan Italian pork chops with potatoes and carrots. I don't know if I stuck to the potatoes and carrots. Oh, no, I have Brussels sprouts, carrot. Oh, I did. Look at that right there. Okay. So Meredith is helping me tonight. What do we need? Some oil, 5 tablespoons. Seems oddly specific, but I did what they said. I even pulled out my tablespoon measure. Look at there. You add 1 packet of Italian dressing mix as well, which is so nice because, oh, man, that crap happens to me all the dang time. It's okay. It's just oil. You just wipe it off and move on with your life. Anyway, I like that I picked 2 recipes with that Italian dressing mix because I had it. I bought it in a box. There's like 4 in the box. Okay, what else do you need? A teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of oregano, tablespoon of grated Parmesan, and salt, pepper. And that's it, folks. That's it. Mix it all together. Oh, you know what? I'm like, why am I moving around so much? Meredith and I are dancing 2, Shawn Mendes. Ooh, I'm even blasting the music for you. I mean, Shawn Mendes is just perfection. So good. Falling All in You. You go ahead and listen to that song when this is done. It's a feel-good song. It's a love song, I think, actually. Okay, so I'm just throwing the chicken thighs in there. All right, putting them on the pan. I don't think I greased that pan. No need. There's a freaking half cup of oil inside that juicy mixture I'm dipping the chicken in. So it's like, it's not going to stick. Nothing's sticking to that crap. All right, preheat your oven, 400 degrees. Oh, it says to grease your pan. I'm going rogue. I don't care what it says. I don't follow the rules. I don't listen to recipes. I listen to my heart, listen to my ancestors. Okay, I'm cutting up some carrots. I think I washed them yesterday. That's why they look a little crazy, or the day before. Also, these potatoes were, we didn't eat 6 potatoes the day before, so I had a few left over. I'm just cutting them and then roasting them. It's not my favorite way to eat potatoes, but I ate them, and it was food, and I said yum yum on the freaking kick drum. I don't know if we had leftovers. I don't think so. Brussels sprouts too, why not? Throw a medley of vegetables on there, and then you cook this. Oh, of course, you drizzle it with some olive oil, the potatoes and carrots and stuff. But you know what I did? I just used the rest of the mixture because I'm resourceful like that. The rest of the chicken mixture, just dumped it right on top of that. I mean, it's like someone call the Food Network. Let them know I'm available. It's just so ridiculous. Guys, you're just cooking dinner. It's going to taste good. Oh, I did use oil on the potatoes. Oh my gosh, and I'm getting fancy with the ranch dressing seasoning. I mean, for the next Julia Child, a bon appetit. It's just so good. That's what it looks like. The chicken isn't even cooked and it looks good. I like when the vegetables are nice and vibrant like that. I'm getting off on tangents. My mouth is drooling. It is lunchtime. I'm hungry. Okay, if I didn't eat leftovers for breakfast this morning, I would eat these leftovers for lunch right now. / I made this like a week ago, so they're not even in my fridge anymore. Okay, back on track. 35 to 40 minutes or until the pork chops are fully cooked. Guys, I don't know if I told you, those are not pork chops, which I'm sure you have realized at this moment. I didn't have pork chops. Hi, nice to meet you. I have chicken, and I use chicken thighs. So hard to overcook chicken thighs and dry them out. They always stay nice and juicy. It's that dark meat. Perfection. Moving on. That's what it looked like when it was done. Oh, gosh, it looks so good. Baked beef and bean chimichangas. Oh, I wasn't kidding in that intro when I said Alex asks for chimichangas literally every day. It's to the point where I'm like, okay, dude, like, give me another idea. But I made him happy tonight, made some chimichangas. It says half an onion again. You guys, half an onion. Can we stop this nonsense? Just one full onion. Anyway, these onions are super small, so I thought, it's kind of half of a large GMO type onion, so I just went with it. One whole onion, plus it's a veggie. Plus you can cook it down and sneak it in the meat. Your kids will eat it. They'll be none the wiser. Oh my gosh, have you seen that meme? Okay, now we're getting way off. Have you seen the meme that's like, your kids cannot find their shoes in the morning, but they can find a teeny tiny little piece of onion in their dinner. Oh, hilarious. All right, moving on. My beef clearly is not thawed out all the way. That's just life, you just figure it out. It'll cook eventually. So I threw it in a pot with the onion. I'm cooking that. Oh, a little break, a little Meredith break here. Hello, my cooking buddy. Oh, she's the best. You can't look at a baby and be upset, Oh, I mean, unless they're crying. It's possible. It's possible. Okay. We're moving on. What have we got here? Oh, next up. Oh, I'm reserving some of the meat because just in case my kids didn't like it. Also, I think I made a salad. I think I threw, yep, that's what I did. Oh my gosh, that looks natural. Refried beans from a can. Nothing better than this nonsense. It's just every time it's like the noise it makes when it comes out of the can. You guys know what I mean if you've ever used it. So natural, so delicious. You add the refried beans, you mix it up till it's heated through, and then add an 8-ounce bottle of Mexican cooking sauce or taco sauce. Sadly for me, I had just gotten through all of my Trader Joe's taco sauce. So delicious, by the way. And I couldn't find taco sauce on the shelf at Publix, that sprinkle, just take the cap off. There we go. Some cumin in there. That's not on the recipe. I like to go rogue. Do what you want. Also, if my kids were not eating it with me, I wanted to add those green chilies. I wasn't sure how spicy it would make it. Looking back, it would have been fine because I was worried about adding that taco sauce because I use Taco Bell mild sauce. It's basically hot sauce. That's what I use to season it, and that's it. Like, you don't have to add anything else. Anyway, the taco sauce that it refers to, chili and roasted garlic from Old El Paso, seems oddly specific. Hashtag non-spons. So I couldn't find that anywhere in the grocery stores these days because it's like the apocalypse has hit. And, some things still are not stocked. So I just used what I had, which was that Taco Bell sauce. And I did not even use 8 ounces because that stuff is a delicacy. Okay? I use that stuff as a dressing. Pretty sure I used that as a dressing on this evening because I reserved some meat. Oh, look at that. Okay. Meredith is trying to help me roll this up. Much to my demise because she was not helping. I put her down. And I'm just rolling up what are these? Chimichangas. So what's the difference between burrito, taco, chimichanga? I think taco's open-faced. Burrito's closed. Chimichanga is a little grilled, but these are baked. We usually make chimichangas in our GFG, the good old George Foreman. But I thought, let's bake them today. And you know what? Next time I do it, I'm going back to the GFG. These were good, and it had a different texture. They weren't as pressed, Ooh, and special edition, they make you think it's healthier because it's baked. But when I, put mine in the GFG, the George Foreman grill, I don't add butter. Oh, but look how delicious that looks, It made the taco shells nice and fluffy. They were really good. Actually, I only had like half of one, I think. I'm not a huge fan, not going to lie, okay? You know what? I ask Alex all the time. Let's go to Soup Nation. What's the name of that place? It's a salad bar place. What's it called? Sweet Tomatoes. That's what it's called. He never wants to go there because he doesn't like it. Guess what? I don't like chimichangas, and I have them like once a week, okay? That is love right there. It's called compromise. I eat it anyway. Okay. And I made this cool little taco charcuterie board. Not really. It's the best I could do. Anyway, that was our dinner that night. Finally, it is Friday, and I'm making some brownies. Hershey's cream cheese brownies, to be exact. I got some Hershey's cocoa, hashtag non-spawns. I don't know. I had that in my pantry. It's like I knew I was meant to make this. All right, we're starting out. 3 ounces of Hershey's milk chocolate chips. I Googled how much 3 ounces is. Did I show you? It's half a cup. I just double checked myself. And then we're throwing in I just gasped a little. 10 tablespoons of butter. We have to remember, guys, we're making brownies. That's life. All in balance. You eat veggies for dinner, then you can have your brownies, okay? That's what I tell my kids. All right, mixing that up, I'm just melting it in the microwave. You could get fancy with a double boiler, but since there's butter in this, it's going to be hard to burn the chocolate in the microwave. That's why I'm A-okay doing it that way. I'm just mixing it up until it's all melted together. I think fully I put it in there for 2 30-second intervals. So 1 minute, that's all it took. Mix that crap together. 2 eggs in a mixing bowl. Look at that. Double crack right there. Some vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons, but, I just eyeball that. Some sugar. Hoo-hoo, a cup of sugar. Oh, so good. And then I'm going to whisk it together with my amazing Dutch dough whisk. My favorite thing. My favorite thing that has come out of this isolation is that dough whisk. Oh, my gosh. All right. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. Does not have to be Hershey's. Oh, Avelina's helping me. Hello, Avelina. She's a rare sight over here these days. So I'm just, before we add the cocoa powder, we dump the melted butter mixture in there, mix that all together, and then you add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Pretty sure I left that out. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, my God, you guys. I am like on top of things. Get me that number. Alton Brown. Who else is on food? Rachel Ray. I mean, I could be your best friend at this point, okay? My knowledge of the culinary arts is expanding. All right, so I've got some butter. I'm just greasing up the pan. I ran out of Pam. Can you believe it? By the way, how did Pam... Oh, I was showing you that spoon so you could have a lick. It was delicious. Not going to lie. All right, It's worth the salmonella, I'll tell you that. All my kids had a good licking. All right. What is this? Cream cheese, 1 block of cream cheese. We're making the middle part here, or the top part. It's like middle part, really. 1 egg, a 1/3 cup of sugar, and then some vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons, it says, but, eyeball. And then pour that over the brownie mixture. The brownie mixture is not cooked at this point, but it holds the that cheese topping right on. I wasn't sure if it would, but I guess it's like a thick batter, so it's good. Alex took it out of the oven for me. I was putting the baby down, and he made sure it was done. He poked it multiple times. Okay, for the top, 1 cup of, I just used a cup. I actually don't even think I used a whole cup, but it says you're supposed to lay down Hershey's chocolate bars. Who just has Hershey's bars lying around their house? If you're prepared and you can put it on your grocery list, you go ahead. I was not. So I just did this. Oh my God, look how melty and delicious those things look. You might have to slide it back into the oven for like a minute or two, but I think mine just melted. And you can smear it on top. That's an option, or just leave it as it is. Oh yeah, I use Kirkland's signature, #non-spons, and it worked out just well. And look how good that looks. Oh, bon appetit. I hope you got some good meal inspiration from this video. If nothing else, I hope you leave hungry and or satisfied. I have a whole stack of meal recipes planned for you guys. I like to find simple, family-friendly, semi-healthy meals that are delicious and nutritious for you. So I hope you really enjoyed your time here. If you did, subscribe, put a little happy in your day, and I will see you next time with some more delicious meals. Bon appetit. You know what I mean? That's a Julia Child reference, if you are unaware. I mean, it's spot on. Spot on.